Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of one Phyrexia. All will be one draft. Alright, let's look at our rare Norn's Wellspring. So it's 2 mana. Whenever creature you control dies, scry 1, put an oil counter on it, remove 2 oil counters from it, draw a card. It's kind of good. I mean, you need quite a few creatures to die to ever get value off of it, but you can proliferate once. Too bad it doesn't enter with an oil counter. I think that would make it quite a bit better. Churning Reservoir. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on another target non-token artifact creature you control, and then you can create goblin creature tokens, but only if an oil counter was removed. That's a little bit of a build up there. Well, you know me. I'm sick about my toxic decks. I love toxic. So this is a 2 mana, 2 power flyer with toxic 1, and then you can proliferate and get it back from your graveyard to your hand. Good card there. It is 2 color. Usually you want to start with mono color, but I'm going to take it because it's an uncommon, and it's got flying, and it's got toxic, and it's got a relevant ability. And if it doesn't work out, so be it. If it does work out, we'll be happy. All right, in here, played with this. A good win con. We've got the double strike corrupted dude. Cinder/Ravager, get another chance to take it. This card's definitely good. I mean, this kills hybrid. There's a lot of X1s in this format. This can be like a board wipe win con for certain decks. Otherwise, nothing in blue that's really standing out to me. I think Bring the Ending's totally playable. Annihilating Glare in black is certainly playable, and will let us keep with our first pick. But maybe we just take this Ravager. I mean, this is like rare quality in this format. You pay less mana for it, it has Vigilance, and it's like a board wipe. I mean, this card is tremendously strong. So I think we're going to take the Ravager here, even though it obviously goes, completely different than the first pick. This is a weird rare, right? Non-land permanents you control are artifacts in addition to the other types. Same is true for permanent spells. I don't quite know how to... My mind can't wrap around how I'm supposed to do this in Limited right now, so we'll look at some other options instead. Transplant Theorist, pretty good card. Infectious Inquiry certainly wants to be in the same deck as Hybrid, although it seems early to take it. The Chimera is good. And, yeah, I mean, technically it's not the same colors as Ravager, but wants to be in the same deck, I would say. I mean, this card's pretty sweet. Kills things, lets you draw cards. You do have to get multiple oil counters to really take advantage of it. That being said, there's really nothing screaming at me here. Engulfer is fine. It's kind of expensive. I think I agree. I'm going to take the Chimera. All right, Distorted Curiosity. So it costs less if they got the poison counters and it draw cards. I mean, that's... You're paying 1 mana for that. You're pretty happy. Nimrazer Paladin's good toxic card. 5 mana, 4/4 toxic 2. Get something back from your graveyard to your hand. Anoint with Affliction is some cheap removal. I like that. The Raptor is certainly good. More oil counter nonsense. If we take Anoint, I'm not exactly sure the direction we're supposed to go. I could take Raptor, maybe work towards more, because we got this third pick, and it's a pretty strong card. We could take Raptor, get the Flyer, go for more of an oil-based deck, splash the Ravager. We could try that. I mean, that card is good. I was like, where did it go? We got it. Put an oil counter on this, remove 4 oil counters, get creature back from graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Battle Chair, this is a good card. 6 mana, 6/6 Trampler, and then you can move, a win con around, basically. The Fisher is pretty good, too. It's a flyer. Whisper of the Dross is playable in black. We've got Stalker in green, and Spore Singer, which is not a bad card either. We've got the Proliferate, good for oil counters. Kind of feel like taking this Battle Chair. We keep going back and forth between what I'm doing, though, if I take this. But this card is very strong. Green probably going to be easier to splash, too. I like this card a lot. Brutalizer. This card is amazing, too, in green. 4 mana, 4/4 Toxic 3. And then it can proliferate when it enters, too. So it's good for multiple archetypes. And at worst, it's a 4 mana, 4/4. And the fact that it turns on Corrupted with 1 hit, I mean, that is really good. Atmosphere Surgeon is good too. I like this card. The Oil Gorger Troll would be great for this deck, but the Brutalizer I think is just better. So we'll take that. So Maze's Mantle, certainly playable. It's a combat trick that can occasionally give hexproof too. I kind of like that. I'm not sure on our second color yet either. Could take the Anointer. This might just make the most sense. We have Oil Counter here. We have Oil Counter. Currently have two things with oil counters. And it could be that maybe we just assume that we're green, red, splash blue. Probably wouldn't splash the Raptor, although that's one of our oil cards. Who knows? Could still splash a Raptor. It's probably fine. Another Anointer. Well, oil, I think, is the direction we're supposed to be. So we'll take another one of these. The Centurion's got an oil thing going too. Alright. Sorry about the baby, guys. He's a little upset right now. I don't know why. So, could take another Raptor. I mean, Dune Mover lets us play 3-color a little easier, I would say. Although this is a combat trick that does the oil counter thing. That could make sense too. Proliferate obviously works with the oil counters. Maybe just get a 2-drop in Dune Mover with some splash potential fixing. I've played against the Mantis a lot, and I never played with it, but it's got the oil counter thing going for it, so I feel like it's probably a good choice. Personally, I feel like it's a good choice to go with the Mantis. Not a bad card. Theorist, I don't really have the artifacts going yet, but Custodian's kind of a weird one too. It is a 2/3. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I'll take the Theorist. I probably don't splash it, but it's the strongest card here, and it's an uncommon. I mean, Skullbomb rather is a good card. The only issue is, would I do it on splash? Probably not. Thrill of Possibility is certainly playable, although I'd probably want the Furnace if I'm playing red because it's a free card for the deck. Turns your land into value. Last Big Fisher, I mean, it's a sign for blue. Whoa! Elish Norn, huh? For permanent entering the battlefield, cause a trigger to... I mean, we probably are going to end up taking this and trying to splash it because this is really good. Entering the battlefield, causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. Ability triggers an additional time. And then permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities, so that's pretty strong. It's also a 4/7, but Vigilance. Triggered ability of a permanent you control. So say like something enters with 3 oil counters on it, it triggers again. And then, so you get 6 count. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Maybe we'll wheel the Troll. That would be nice. What else would we want to wheel? Augur on the Splash, probably not the best. This has to do with the oil counters. It's probably what we want. Obviously, the Troll would be a nice wheel. Infectious Bite is cool. Good with Proliferate. It's a fight spell. Thirsting Roots give us some more splash capability. Probably take the removal. We have good bodies for it too. And it's instant speed, one-sided removal. Should I assume we're probably... Let's stick to the red-green plan, maybe splash the blue. Although, I'd rather splash Elish Norn, so... Maybe we're dipping out of blue and just splash Elish Norn, although, maybe we're playing 4-color? This is getting tough. If I'm playing 4-color, I almost need the Thirsting Roots. Although we have a pretty high chance, I would say, of wheeling the Thirsting Roots. So let's take the Bite. Chronicler. So we have multicolor already, and that would make our opponents draw. I don't love that. Gleeful Demolition. I played against this and was actually kind of impressed. You could blow up your own creature for 3 1/1s. Not that that's amazing, but it's not bad either. This is a little bit clunky, but fixes. Could get some Proliferate Reach, or could get some Death Touch Toxic. Both are fine. Could get an oil counter thinger. We have a couple 2-drops as of yet. Maybe we go for more oil-based value stuff. Get as much oil stuff as we can, if possible. This card's so good. Wow. Terramorphic, probably slam dunking that. As much as I want more oil-based stuff for the deck, I think I'm going to take the Expanse because we need the fixing. So another Mantis is fine. Or we take more fixing with the Dune Mover. Maybe we just try and get as much fixing as we can with these Dune Movers. But then again, Vault Charge. I think we got to take that. Removal with Proliferate, also good for oil-based stuff. Blister Zoa, I mean, it's awesome, but unfortunately, splash in blue. I don't think we can splash double blue. Could take the Canopy. It's got Proliferate. Maybe take the Blazing Crescendo. I kind of like that. It's a combat trick that also can give you an extra card. It's almost like draw a card. I think I'm going to take the Crescendo. Paladin of Predation. I think we're kind of good on top end already. Well, here we go. Here's an oil counter thing. I think we can take it. Plus, we need more cheap stuff. This is also good with oil, but I want the things that get counters. Because we want oil counters now for Proliferate action. We want it for Anointer. We want it for Cackler. We want it to make our Ravager cheaper. We really need to grab up some oil counter stuff. Oh, this card's great. The Scamp is really good. It's tough because I want this oil counter stuff too, but this kills multiple X1s and only gets better if you have, and it proliferates. I mean, this still works with oil because it proliferates, which is great. And then it kills things. It can only proliferate if it deals damage to an opponent, but still, it's really good, I think. So we can take another Cackler. The Sky Warden is good. It's got Menace and Reach. It's an uncommon. Probably just taking the Troll, though. We want all that oil value. Gain that life, draw that card, get that 3/4. Give me all of it. So we take Thrill. I think if we just take a Hunter Maze here, that makes the most sense. Copper Longlegs certainly makes sense for this deck. Let's get Proliferate for oil. Let's get a Reach creature to stop the pesky, flying, toxic stuff. And certainly playable. We need some more cheap stuff anyway. So I like where we're at. Fixing's not terrible. We have a Dune Mover. We have a Terramorphic. Are we splashing all of this blue stuff? I don't know yet. Oil counter. I mean, it gets oil counters. Or we could do another Scamp. Do we have non-creature spells? Let's take the uncommon here, because... take the Skull Bomb. Probably don't need it, though. And a Maze's Mantle. I didn't... When it dies, it deals damage equal to its... Wait, no, that's not the one. This one. Enters, or when another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard, put an L counter on it. Okay. That's cool. So it at least enters a 1/1. So, okay, we're not really going for the Corrupted Plan. We don't need that. Probably splashing blue so we could take the Thrumming Bird. It is a good card, but we probably want to minimize splash. Could take Furnace Rider. It has oil counters, but we could take another Mantis because the Mantis is cheaper. We do already have... Well, we're not splashing that, I don't think, anymore. We definitely want oil counter stuff. I guess I'll take the Strider over the Mantis. Just because I think given the haste is actually can be good. It can give haste to itself, too. Awaken the Sleeper. So that blows up stuff. Affinity for equipment. We don't really have that. This is more of a constructed card, I think. Hexgold Slash, though, is going to be good. Cheap removal. To me, it makes sense. Kills toxic stuff. This card's good. Yeah, the card's really good. Let's take the Slash, though, and be happy about that. Let's cut the Skull Bombs. I think that's not happening anymore. This is too hard to get going and limited. Could take another Blazing Crescendo. We have Titanic Growth, which is a combat trick. Or we just take a Prophetic Prism, get some more fixing. That also replaces itself. I like that. It's cheap, too. It's an artifact. Not that that's extremely relevant for us, but it's something. Viral Spawning. So you get a... I don't even think I've seen this one. 3/3 with Toxic 1. Oh, that's cool. This card's good. Doesn't really work with what we're doing too much. I mean, we have some Toxic, but... and Proliferate. But there's nothing else here I really want. Titanic Growth or Amaze Skull Bomb's not really doing it for me. I haven't seen this. This card's sweet. Comes back occasionally. So, Molten Rebuke. Playable, not great. Probably take another Prism and be happy about it. That way we can pretty comfortably play 4-color, I think, with double Prism, I would say. I don't feel scared about that. Question is really, are we going to end up with enough oil stuff? And the answer may, unfortunately, be no. We'll see. I really got to prioritize. All right, well, I think I need more oil stuff, and Raptor will be good for that. Even though it's a splash. It's a flyer and a good blocker, a good attacker, and it's well costed. Although on the splash, probably tough to get the cost you want, but that's all right. Can take the Centurion. Could take the Predation. Do we have enough removal? I don't know, but I guess the real question is, do we have enough oil stuff? And the answer may be no. So I think I'm going to take more oil stuff. But this only gets oils when stuff dies. All right, I'm taking the removal. I think we're just removal light enough where I might need that. All right, another Fusling is fine. That's fine too. This has Proliferate. But I think we'll take this for oil, because it enters with oil too, so that's good. And it's when stuff dies. Okay. Don't need any of this. Splash and Augury. I mean, I could. Seems unlikely, but it's got... I mean, it is good. Waken the Sleeper for Steel. Insight, not splashing. Canopy, maybe. Unlikely, but possible. I don't really need any of this. I think we've got enough finishers. Titanic Growth is totally playable. Another Canopy. So, did we end up with enough oil-based stuff? We'll find out. Hopefully. Could be a little bit light in the oil department, but I'm probably going to have to try and not cut any oil, if possible. So we've got what? Oil. Oh, that's not oil. Oil's here. Oil, that's 3. No oil there. Oil, it's 5. Actual things with oil counters on them. 6. 7. 8. So we ended up only with 8 things with oil. Not as much as I'd like, but we're going to have to accept it. So let's look for cuts. So canopies can go pretty easily, I would say. I don't think that's tough to cut, honestly. How many creatures do we have in here? Probably a lot. 18 plus this is really a creature too, so it's like 19, but kind of want to run it. And how does this, if entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability? So this enters, and so we get 2 rebels with Elesh Norn too. That's kind of cool. Anointer does twice. I mean, Elesh Norn is incredible. Oh yeah, this is also a creature. So we have a lot of creatures in here. What are the chances of us getting our opponent corrupted? Pretty low, but it's also just a 3-mana 3/3. That's usually not bad. I want to keep the prisms. Probably cut Titanic Growth, even though I like it. It's good with the Scamp. Oh yeah, stuff like Battle Chair and Spawning is actually good with Chimera too. But probably cut the Mantle. We don't have that much Toxic anyway. Want to keep the removal. Do we need the crescendo? I kind of like it. But I could see maybe cutting it. I'm not 100% sure. We need to make 5 more cuts. And the cuts should most likely not be oil stuff. So we want to cut non-oil spells. I think Augury and Crescendo probably have to go. Just because we're looking for cuts here. And we're limited in options, so got to be smart about it. Might have to be the spawning. Yeah, I don't love it, but I think that's going to have to do. Might be the long legs. As much as I like long legs in general and we need more cheap stuff, I think we're going to cut it because it's a not, even though it has proliferate, so it's good for oil. It's going to be good against certain decks. I think it's just off enough where we don't want it. I have to keep the, I don't have to keep the Dune Mover, but I want to keep the Dune Mover because then we have Dune Mover, Double Prism, Terramorphic. And that's a lot of good fixing. That's a lot of ways to get to 4 color. We have 4 colors we have to hit here. So I have to make one more cut. I'm not 100% sure what it should be. I mean, Cackler may just not be ultimately worth it. It's cool. It works with all of the oil-based stuff, but we have better oil-based. It doesn't have oil-based or oil itself. And we probably have better stuff going on anyway. We want to keep all of our oil stuff to make sure that Anointer, Troll, Ravager, Elish Norn, all of those dudes do something. So I kind of like this. Double green is unfortunately a little bit heavy in here. So really, with all that blue mana, so that's 3, 4, even if you count these, 5, 6, 7 blue, 5, 6, 7, 10 red, and 6, 7, 10 green, and then I guess, you know, 5 white. That's not bad. That's probably good enough. This is a weird deck. This is the first time I've really tried out an oil-based deck. It's a weird deck for sure, but I'm interested. I want to see what it can do. This is more often than not, I feel like, going to be a 1-1, but you never know. Maybe it'll do more than I'm giving it credit for. Probably wish I just had the second Scamp, but that's okay. How many actual non-creature spells do we have? 7? Not that many, unfortunately, but that's all right. This is a weird deck. We're going to give it a try. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, this is a good hand. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you want. We got the Hasty Scamp. We've got non-creature spells. We've got removal that can proliferate. Troll to gain some life. I like it. So I may just want to slash that and attack. And the reason is then I get the oil counter and I still have a vault charge too. I think it's worth it. So I think we're just going to kill this and get in. Yeah, no problems there. So we got the Furnace Strider. I think we probably take a hit from the Gladiator. Save the Vault Charge for something a little more necessary to kill. Well, they didn't want to attack. I'm fine with that. We don't need to Vault Charge yet. And then next turn we get the Troll, so I like that. We'll wait. Yeah, getting the Troll value is going to be good. Could also do the Furnace Strider next turn and give it haste, because it enters with 2 oil counters. We attacking with Oh, it's only a... Why did I think it was a 5/5? I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was a 5/5, but it is not. Alright, so I can't Bolt Charge and kill that. We don't need to do Volt Charge, so I think this turn we just do the Furnace Strider and give it haste, and then get in for 4. And then next turn, I think the Oil Gorger Troll with the life gain and the card draw is going to do a lot for us, potentially. Okay. So they have Corrupted. And they don't want to do anything else. So I think I'm not going to use the Scamp again, and the reason is in case they kill my Strider, I don't want to be left in a bad place here. I think I'm just going to attack for 4. Now I could have given my Troll haste, but I want to see what they have here. Alright, so they kill that, which is fine. We'll play the Troll, we'll gain our life and get our... gain 3 life and, yeah, get our oil counter value, all that. And then we can pass. Sure, so I can kill that with Volt Charge, so I'm glad I saved the Volt Charge till now. That's helpful. And we can still use the Scamp, too. Because with the Volt Charge, we put a counter on it, and then we can proliferate. Alright, so land there we don't really need. But, let's see here. Let's do land, let's do Volt Charge on Fisher, kill that, proliferate. And I'll put the extra counter on it. Kill that, and then we'll Predation, kill the Head Cleaver. Put another counter on the Scamp. And then we can get in with the Troll. And they can block, but then at least they have to, like, pay life if they want to get it back or whatever. They have to pay mana and life if they want to get it back. So use the Skull Bomb to get back the Fisher, or what are they going to get back? Skull Dweller probably makes the most sense because it's the cheapest. It'd buy them the most time, but that's interesting they chose that one. I guess it makes sense because it can block the Troll with a land. Alright. Okay, so we'll get in with 3. Yep. Play a land and pass. Another Head Cleaver, okay. That's a good one. take our damage here. Okay. Use this. Alright, play land, say go. Okay. So we're gonna die next turn unless we find something. Alright, fuse thing. And then we'll pass and die. All right, see you for the next one. Okay, game 2. This looks good. Got all the fixing. So we'll keep it. Probably find the blue mana. Turn 1, turn 2, play the prism. So then we have white. So then we have access to all 4 colors. And we get a removal on turn 3. Although, I guess we won't technically be able to take advantage of the... Oh. Well, I guess we can get our white mana instead. Won't be able to take advantage of the proliferate, is what I was going to say. All right. So get the white mana. So we'll play a prism. Okay. Ah, so we can let's go. Yeah, what do we want to kill here? So we can do prism plus slash this turn because of this. So let's do prism first, just see what we draw. Okay, then we'll go land and probably slash the adaptive, I guess. They have to pay mana to make that better, so I think that's the better choice, but oh. Jeez, that seems pretty good. So we can play the Anointer and it can at least trade with this unless they discard 2 cards, I guess. Vault Charge isn't going to do it though. So let's go land Anointer. So they can only use that as a sorcery, so we'll block. Maybe they thought they could do it at instant speed, but they can't. They're trying to do it, so I think they didn't realize that sorcery only. They can still use the ability, just discard 2 cards. Still in pretty good shape for that reason. Yeah, no problem. Man, just casual Eternal Wanderer in hand too. Wow. Nice. Let's play Furnace Strider. Alright, so we play Furnace Strider, pass. The next turn I can at least do Predation. Potentially Brutalizer plus Predation. Otherwise, at least they can't make it indestructible because they don't have 2 cards to discard. Oh, do they want to trade here? Huh. I'm gonna take it. Well, if they drew a combat trick, it's even worse for me to play the Predation. I wonder if I just want to trade here. They can't discard 2 cards, so... Alright. Oh, it's permanently indestructible. Just for the rest of the game. Wow, I did not realize that. So now I just have to deal with a 5/4 indestructible for the rest of the game. Okay, wow. Sorry, guys. Did not realize that there was just a cycle of mythics that were that absurd, I guess. Just casual, go ahead and deal with a 5/4 indestructible. I believe I have no means of beating a 5/4 indestructible. There's, I think, literal nothing I can do against a 5/4 indestructible. So there you have it. I'll just hopefully at some point chump block it to death. Or chump block it so I don't die. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. That's a tough one. So we'll play Raptor here. We'll get him with the Brutalizer. Yeah, definitely would have just taken the extra 5 if I had, you know, read the card and if I had read cards. But come on, you know me and reading cards. I can't do that. That's just too, that's too intelligent for your old pal Alex to read cards. Let's just kill the Steward, I think. Well, because it does change the clock now if they put the counter on it, doesn't it? Or if they pay the mana to pump the thing. It does change the clock. So I think I'm going to kill this. I don't really want to, but that's what we're doing. Although I guess the troll I gain the life, so maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, it might have been smarter to save the Predation Steward. I'm not sure. Sure. So, can't really do anything. Well, that's not true. I can do something against the 5/5, can't I? So we'll take 5. We'll have to... This can't attack, right? Oh, it can. Elf Druid. Well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have enough to do this plus the Predation. So let's draw our card. Gain our life. Do our Predation. Kill the Ravager. At least that's not indestructible. Jeez. Wait, it has Death Touch too, or... Okay, so let me figure out what happened. This is a 5/6, and this is a 5/5. All right, guys, what am I missing here? +1, +2, or is it +1, +1, +2, 5, 6, fights a 5, 5, and dies. Alright. I don't know. I give up, guys. Just someone please help me. What happened? What just happened there? I don't get it. I just fought it with a 5, 6. Mine was a 5, 5, and mine died. This doesn't have death touch. Didn't have damage on it. Oh, if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent, deals double the damage. Figured it out. Good. So it just continues. The thing that's indestructible is just continuing to wreck any chances I have of coming back and winning this. Why would they not attack there? No reach too, right? I've missed every other I've missed every other text on that card. Why not reach too? I should probably crack this and draw and see what I get. Ooh, Elish Norn, huh? Alright, no reach. That's good. So obviously we have to block. We'll block the scam and deal 1 more damage to our opponent. Chimera. So Elshnorn can actually block Sulfum, so it probably makes more sense to just do this. Does this change the clock? Let's say I play Chimera, attack for 2, they go to 5. Then next turn I attack for 6. So I can actually kill them next turn with this. Even though Elish Norn can block or whatever. I'd rather just go for the kill next turn. Wow. That is shocking. Shocking that we won that game. After the amount of mistakes I made and how powerful this mythic is. Absolutely shocking that we won that game. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Alright, well, it's a keep. This Ravager could come out cheaper if I'm lucky. Who knows, I could maybe even give it haste too, if I'm really lucky. 5 mana, 5/5 vigilance, deal 1 to each of your opponent's creatures. It's pretty good. Ooh, wow. 4 mana now. Now we're just really close to casting a turn 4 5/5 vigilance, even if it doesn't kill anything. If it does, just that's gravy. Just this year, huh? I guess we might as well kill that. Although, no, with the Ravager, huh? I see, I see. Well, it's got lifelink, and they're probably playing artifacts. I'd rather save the slash. Do I just take lifelink damage? I still need a land to even be able to play the Ravager, and I'm missing out on damage. I think we just kill it. We use a card, but we get 2 extra damage in. There's no guarantees we draw a land next turn for Ravager. They could still play another X1, who knows. There's a good chance they were playing an artifact this turn. You know, I had the Furnace Skull Bomb. Maybe I was supposed to be playing that because it's a will counter base that draws cards. It's probably true. Wow. That's cool. Well, don't mind if I do. I'm just going to Vault Charge them. Sure, why not, right? Maybe I'll bring in the old Furnace Skull Bomb somehow after this game. Probably should be playing it. The extra oil counters on Fuselings. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, the turn after we draw the land to get our Ravager too. Bummer. Alright, this has Menace, equipment spells, cheaper, and activated abilities and stuff and things. Makes it cheaper, okay. So if we draw the land, we do the Strider first. That much is clear to me. Guess I get in. Wow, okay. Well, we're just gonna casually play a 4/2, I guess. Wait. Any target? I could deal it to my opponent? Oh gosh, that's twice I've done that. And the 4 damage is like relevant? Alright guys. See, this is why I can't take too long of a break away from a format. I don't read cards and play really poorly. So yeah, why I would assume it's creature only, I don't know. Really don't know. But there I am doing exactly that. Oh, we got the land, so let's do the Ravager. Get rid of the lifelink here. Okay. So well, I don't want him to gain life, so I guess we'll wait. Gosh, such a big mistake not dealing 1 damage to them. Really big mistake. Well, at least they're tapped out. So with the Furnace Strider, looking pretty good, actually. So Justiciar with Anointer. Enforcer with Mantis. Block there, go to 1. They would be, well, they wouldn't be dead because they have a lifelinker, but you get it. It was still the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. Because now Chimera can't kill them if they were to get 2 ground blockers. Jeez. Despite my best efforts to just lose and play horribly, I'm still just getting lucky victories here. So we'll see for the next one. All right. This hand will definitely do. Well, I guess I'm willing to trade a Fuseling for a Skull Dweller. Although I can always Infectious Bite if I really want. And that might even be better. I think I'm going to take it. Because I have the Infectious Bite. And it's one-sided. Then I suppose Proliferate does something too. We do have the Toxic Avenger dude somewhere in here, whatever his name is. Alright, well, we can kill that. Dune Mover. Oh, it's nice actually. Can find our white mana at some point. So I'm just gonna kill the 3/3. Get in for 2. Also happens to be the best use of mana. Nice. Good value. So we can do the Chimera first, perhaps. Although now I could do Hunter Maze and the next turn do Elish Norn. I don't get into the battlefield value off of that. But if they have a removal spell, it might actually be better for them to... That's true. I'd rather them use the removal spell on my Chimera than my Elish Norn. Maybe they have multiple removal spells, so it doesn't matter, but I think Elish Norn is more important than the 2/4 flyer, in my opinion. Let's get the Maze down, play the Dune Mover, and I guess we'll still get the white mana. Even though I don't really want to rip another land. I think I'm just okay with it. Skitterfang's a good one. Can't give first strike, which is nice, but they're gonna give it flying. Sure. Sensible play. So we'll play this. Guess we'll get in for 2. And see if they have the removal. The second piece of removal here. So they don't get into the battlefield abilities. But, you know, they have multiple removal spells, can't do anything. All right. Ooh. Ravager's a good draw. And it deals twice? Wow. That worked out. All right. See you for the next one. Got a good hand here. Anointer potentially can do something with the Scamp. Might be able to kill something with our Scamp as well. Ooh, Fusling. Well, I guess, I mean, we definitely do Scamp first. It's got haste, so makes more sense. Then next turn we do Infectious Bite to get the counter, or Fusling. Both are fine. Alright, well, guess that answers that. We'll do the Fusling and pass. And then at least Anointer at this point potentially can kill something, but we need to see an X1 right now for Infectious Bite to do anything. Ooh, wish we had Ichor Plate Golem. Alright, well, Scamp's a pretty good draw, actually. Not as good as we need it to be, but it's something. Because Infectious Bite's instant, too, right? Okay, so maybe we do this. Alright. So I guess, geez. Hopefully they attack with the Golem. We block with Scamp. Make sure I read it here. Wow, this card's great too. Well, I guess we Infectious Bite. Because if they have removal, I want them to use it on my Scamp anyway, I guess. Like Cacophony Scamp. I could just deal the 1 damage to the Golem. But the problem is if they don't... The thing is, if they don't play a follow-up spell, it's pretty bad for me. Like... Say I just let Scamp die, deal 1 more to Golem, and let them do their thing. If they don't tap out, then they would get to use this removal spell on whatever other creature I use it on. Or combat trick, or whatever. So, now, at the very least, we deal 1 damage to them. And our Fusling gets bigger. The only problem is Anointer's not really gonna get to do... Well, I can deal it to them. Or I can just kill this thing. And that'll do. That'll do, pig. So, kill this thing. And get in for 3. How much does it cost? 3? Alright, well, at least it's clunky to equip. That's nice. So are we using Dune Mover to get blue mana, perhaps? I don't really need mana so much right now, but we can also play land, crack maze, and still do Dune Mover, and that might be better. So maybe we'll do that. Fuseling's doing something. That's nice. Nice to see Fuseling do something. Right? Yeah. Sure. So, can we? Yeah, we can crack. We can play land, crack maze, still play mover. I like that. Or just jam an Oil Gorger Troll and draw a card and gain life. How about that? Seems good to me. Nice to see Fuseling be good. I was kind of worried it was terrible, but it's certainly doing something here. I'll tell you that much. So I guess we can slash that. So we can play Mantis, slash that, still attack for 3. Yeah, that seems good enough to me. Well, I guess we could just slash first then, and for that reason. Get in for 3. Because this has... Wait, it's only on your turn? Oh, man. Oh, boy. Glad I read. Glad I read. And play the Mantis. I guess this card would be absurd if it was just always First Strike and Trample. It's a 2-mana, 2/2 First Strike Trample. First Strike and Trample, as it turns out, is a pretty amazing ability combination. Discarding the Evolving Adaptive, which we would have liked for our deck. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it doesn't block our dudes, but the idea is not bad. Oh, I'm actually a mana shy of Proliferate. Well, I don't know if that really matters that much, because we're still going to jam it. So we'll get in with everything here, and then use the Mantis. And jam a Brutalizer and skip the Proliferate. Call it good. Alright. See you for the next one. Well, I think this hand's going to have to be good enough. Unfortunately, we can't play the Raptor, but we have removal. We have 3 of our 4 colors, so... Alright, well, at least we have removal for that. I don't want to get all toxicked out right in the beginning. Ooh. Rare into rare? Nice. It's a good opening hand. Rare Toxic dude into rare Toxic card. That's pretty sweet. That's gotta feel pretty good. No blue mana, both blue spells? Jeez. Well, at least we have our 1 Plains and our 1 Elish Norn. I guess that could be worse. Wow, look at the value on that. Somehow Skrelv's Hive making Veil of Assimilation do something. That's kind of cool. Elish Norn's going to turn off Veil of Assimilation. I guess that's kind of funny. You don't see that too often. Ooh, look at that. They could have done it to their Veil of Assimilation. That might have worked out better. I mean, obviously they're in much better shape than us since we've somehow managed to draw, I believe, every single blue card in our deck at this point. Yes, we sure did. Every blue card, all 3 colors, not the blue mana that we need, and none of the fixing to find it. And we don't have the 5th land we need to play Elish Norn. And our opponent is literally going rare Toxic into rare Toxic, into Veil of Assimilation, which is a terrible card except when it somehow synergizes with Hive. And that's just funny. So, even if I had drawn the land there, I think we still would have died, but we're certainly dead now. So, alright, see you for the next one. Alright, no green mana, but we'll keep it. We got removal, we've got a Raptor. Who knows, we're 1 green mana away from this Lattice Blade Mantis doing something. I mean, attacking as a 5/4 for 2 turns is nothing to scoff at. It's just, it's not a great blocker without using the ability, but the fact that it even untaps it is pretty sweet, actually. It's still a decent, I mean, it's a 4 power blocker, which is not bad. So I kind of like the Mantis. Plays better than I would expect it to. Sinew Dancer. Well, I don't think I need to kill that. There might be something more dangerous than the Sinew Dancer to worry about. Alright, I'll kill that. Although, I do have a block for it. Alright. Maybe we wait. I mean, I don't feel like there's a good reason to use Slash if... Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, please. Alright, got the green mana, that's good. Let's get the Mantis down. And we'll actually pass in case they have removal. I don't want to just get in for 1 and get gotten for no reason. Alright, Glider. So, that's fine. We can get in with the Mantis now with the Slash and be good. 5 damage is a lot, so that's good too. All the double green spells in hand, that's unfortunately not good, but that's okay. Oh yeah, we don't need to Slash yet. Ah, Infectious Bite, well that's cool. We'll get in. And pass. Just biding our time. Well, it's nice. Lattice Blade Mantis, you know, having our opponent is kind of cool. I like that. Well, I don't want to get 2 for 1. So, and they can actually tap now, and we can't really play anything. I think I'm just gonna get in for 4 here. See how they block. Still take it. All right. All right. So let's do, say 1. Let's kill the. What do we want to kill here? So I have the Slash. And they're borderline tapped out. So I wonder if I just take out one of the duelists with Infectious Bite now. I mean, I could kill the Flyer. Maybe that makes more sense. Because it's... Yeah, I guess so. And we still have the Slash, I guess. All right. So, Sinew Dancer is going to get us corrupted at some point. So I wonder if it's better to kill the Duelist or probably kill the Dancer. I feel like the Dancer ultimately is going to be more annoying. Because this doesn't have Toxic either, so... Alright, well, another Raptor's not bad. So get in with the Mantis. No more counters, unfortunately. We'll do the Raptor. Alright. Alright. So we can take out one of these. Need a green mana. Anointer is okay. It's not exactly what I need here, but it'll do. Unfortunately, it's not exactly what I need. Oh, that's too bad for us. I mean, we're not dead, I guess, so... They can't attack with everything, actually, so maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Oh. Is it gonna be for Xaxes? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well. Nice last card to have. Alright. So, ended up going 4 wins with this deck, which is still pretty good. I mean, considering the quantity of mistakes, not reading I did, getting 4 wins with a 4-color deck is just a gift. This was the greatest draft ever as far as I'm concerned. I walked out of that like a bandit. Alright, let's see what Corpse Puppet does. 2 mana, 1/3, lifelink Toxic. Whenever you proliferate, choose one. If you don't control a creature, put more text on it. Name the Hollow Sentinel. Create the Hollow Sentinel, legendary 3/3. So then you get a dude, and then target artifact creature you control gains flying. So you can choose one whenever you proliferate, and it's a lifelink Toxic card. Cool card. Probably take it. Retrofitter's pretty amazing. Just, you know, casually Toxic with making things 4/4s. Pretty amazing. Mesmerizing Dose is good removal. But I'd go with Venser even though it's 2-color. I think blue-black so far has just been my favorite, but it's because I have to do everything in my power to not just draft Toxic every single draft. It's like every single fiber of my being just wants me to just slam every Toxic card and just play Toxic every time. But I'm actively trying to do other things, so it's tough. Filigree Silex, let's see. Put an oil counter on it. That's cool. And then sacrifice it. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana cost value equal to number of oil counters on it. Remove 10 oil counters from my... it deals 10 damage to any target. Kind of cool card. Be a tough build around. If you have enough proliferate and put oil counter on things, I could see it being okay. Is there anything else good in here? Not especially. I guess we'd just take it. It's colorless. It doesn't necessarily put you in any specific archetype, so that's pretty good. Alright, what do we got here? Azuri, Stalker of Spheres. 4 mana, 3/3. When it enters, you may pay 3, and if you do, proliferate twice. Whenever you proliferate, draw a card. So kind of cool. I guess if you just have 7 mana lying around, you get a 3/3 plus proliferate twice and draw 2 cards. So that's kind of cool. Otherwise, Retrofitter is can be quite a bit more effective just because it's so cheap and it comes down so aggressively. Like if you play if you get a 1 or 2 mana artifact, turn 3 you're attacking with a 4/4. It's pretty insane actually how strong that is. I could honestly just see Retrofitter being the pick here because this is such a strong effect. Like I said, 1 or 2 mana artifact, you're just bashing for 4 on turn 3 in limited. Bashing for 4 on turn 3 is good in constructed. Certainly good in limited. 7 mana, 6/6 flying, ward 3, pay 3 life. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you know, just make an army of goblins. And they gain haste. Okay, sure. Yep, that seems like a card. I mean, 7 mana, I guess. You know, it's got a high cost on it. Easy Ovika there. Conduit of Worlds. 4 mana, you can play lands from your graveyard. Choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't. What? That's awesome. What a fun card. So you can just cast permanent cards from your graveyard once, but then you can't cast anything else. Who cares? That's an awesome card. I'd take that. That looks like a lot of fun, too. Just get the best permanent back out of your graveyard. And if you have permanents with like wicked enter the battlefield effects and stuff too, it's really nice. Fun. All right, I take that. I like this Necrotition too though. And Anoint with Affliction's good removal, but I'd go with the rare. All right, last pick. Probably just take the Drown and Ichor. Good for all the top toxic decks I like to force, and good cheap removal. Although this War Whip is a sweet card too. Just casual 3 mana 2/2 double strike that you can re-equip and make equip abilities of other artifacts cheaper for some reason. And it's only an uncommon. Yeah. Still take the removal with the Proliferate. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.